everybody, it's Ruth the Traveling Quilter. I'm here with you on Wednesday afternoon, and I've decided to start a new little series. See how this worked out? We're going to call it the Afternoon Quickies. So everybody needs a quick project now and then. You're working on your big projects and it kind of gets tedious sometimes, so sometimes you need a little break. You take too big of a break though, like me. You take a break and then you don't want to get started again. So I'm going to show you, I've been working on these paper pieced pineapple blocks. I've got a bunch of them, almost enough for my top, but not quite enough. But I've decided to do an afternoon quickie. So I'm going to do the French seam pillowcase. You've seen that video before. I'm going to do it the same, but a little different. And I'm not real precise. We know that already. So let's see how I'm going to do this. So you need a base fabric. You need 24 inches with the fabric. And I have this Alexander Henry Halloween costume, guys. This will not be my pillowcase. That's going to a 23-year-old granddaughter. Morgan, if you see this, that'll be coming your way. I've got enough for two. You're going to need a 12-inch piece for the cuff with the fabric. I've still got the selvage on. And then you need that. Most patterns say 2-inch strip. I have jelly roll strips, so it's a 2.5-inch strip. It doesn't matter. You take your 2.5-inch strip to start and just iron that in half, wrong sides together so your nice side's showing, okay? And you're ready to go. So to start out here, we're just going to put our cuff piece right side up. My iron's a little warm there. Don't touch your hot iron or your hand's going to hurt. Right side up, okay? I have been known to tear this fabric and then trim it. But if it's 12 inches, okay. If it's 13, okay. If it's 11, that's okay. You can adjust it. 24 inches for your main fabric, but you know what? Adjust it so they all equal together. 12 and 24, 36. So 11 and 25, it'll be okay. Then right side up, take your main fabric, and I'm just kind of lining up my salvages here because I am going to cut them off, but I like to save a little bit. Just get those edges pretty even. We're going to even it up here in just a minute. So pretty even. I'm not in the get it all even right now because it's just going to mess up. And then where'd my little piece go? So with your folded edge, raw edges all together, that's going to go right there. Okay. Then it says roll it up and pin, fold it up and pin. Well, I'm using clips, and I'm going to take my clips here, and I'm even picking my fabric up off my ironing board. We like that new ironing board cover. How many of you have made an ironing board cover? I have a Facebook group, and I haven't even told you guys about it. You could have been signing up for my Facebook group all along and showing me your projects. That's what I wanted to see. So it is the Traveling Quilter on Facebook. Look for that group. There's a sand dollar on the little picture. So when you find the Traveling Quilter with the sand dollar, that's me. Just join. Ask to join. Join. And show us what you've made. Big projects, little projects, whatever you've got. I'm also going to be doing a giveaway soon. I'm really getting some subscribers there. Thank you, everybody. Tell your friends and family to keep on subscribing, and then we'll have a chance to win. Let me get it. Just a second. Oh, here it is. For all my pincushion fans out there, I had these at home. I've had these for a long time. This is a little candle goblet, so you know, about 4 inches tall. They don't have a candle anymore. I've got the boxes. The boxes are dirty, so I'm not going to send you the box. They've been in my garage. They have moved cross country with me. When I moved from the Midwest to Florida, they stayed in one garage. They went to another garage. These were made, I believe, in the 60s and 70s, but they're a red goblet. That would make a real nice pincushion for all the pincushion fans out there. So I think when I get to 400 subscribers, let's go with 400, we'll do a giveaway for this for all the pincushion fans, and I will send that to somebody. So just keep liking and subscribing. Let me put this back over here. Okay, my red goblet's back away. So let's keep on pinning this or clipping it. Just every so many inches. Clip it up there. Tell you, I went to Carlsbad Caverns yesterday in Carlsbad, New Mexico. And I think I'm a young chicken anymore. And decided I could do the long hike, 2.5 hour hike. And it starts out pretty easy, little hills. Well, it is so humid in that cave. It's about 50, 55 degrees, but the humidity, the south has nothing on the humidity in that cave. I had to take my jacket off. I'm so glad I did not wear a sweatshirt in there. Took the jacket off, hiked through the cave, and made it in about 2.5 hours. Like they said I would. Took some pictures, so I'll put some pictures up maybe on my Facebook group. I had been in the caves last when I was maybe 8 years old, so a long time ago. We'll get a few more pins in there. I finished clipping this up, but you know, instead of me posting pictures on my Facebook page, go to the Visual Storytellers page. That's Visual Storyteller, 2 words Storyteller. He's got videos of all the pictures and stuff of the caverns. You know, my dad was a science teacher, geologist, so we went to all those rock places. But Visual Storyteller has YouTube videos of the caverns. My legs sure do tell me I went hiking.
2.
Yep, so my legs are hurt, and the Visual Storyteller's legs, his aren't doing so well today either. He is my significant other cameraman. So he takes lots of great drone videos and videos of me. He puts in a lot of work getting this channel together. So go look at his page for some pictures. Well, I didn't tell you what I'm doing now. Fold your body fabric up, or you can just scrunch it up. And then take your cuff fabric and wrap it around there, and just put your clips back on, right back on here. And I don't think you all want to watch me do all this clipping, but I've already got another one ready to go because I had enough of this fabric to do 3 pillowcases actually. She's getting 2. That other one, we'll maybe make a bag. I don't know what we'll do with that other 24 plus inches of this fabric I got. I don't know where I got this. Someplace on sale, Joann's. I'm not sure where it came from. Almost done clipping that, but let's go to the sewing machine and sew one of these up. Okay, let's step over here. All right, everybody, so I got everything all clipped up actually on my 2 pillowcases, and we're just going to sew a straight seam all down this little sausage roll, hot dog roll. I'm going to sew it 1/4 of an inch. So make sure and take your pins out if you got pins. You know you can't sew over the clips. See, I'm not an exact size here. You can see a little peeking out there, but I'm going to just kind of adjust as I go. Boom, boom. Get that cuff up there with the rest of it. Hope this machine's not so loud you can't hear, but when I stop, you may hear the wind howling out there. It was like 1 to 3 miles an hour this morning when I went for a walk on my sore legs. And now it's about 23 miles an hour. That wind came on. I heard storm sirens a minute ago, and I thought, oh, is there a real storm there? No, they just testing the storm sirens at noon on a Wednesday. I'm glad it was just a test of the emergency broadcast system. See how far off that is right there? But we're just going to pull it up and adjust it. It'll be fine. It is not rocket science. It's pillowcases. So anybody got any ideas of anything else they would like to see on a Quickie Wednesday? I've got some ideas, but I'm not telling yet. Then who'd want to see it? But if you got an idea of something else you'd like to see or done some other way, you know, be sure and let me know. And let me know how you like this. don't know if you could see in the background there my little lanterns. I did not bring my OT lights with me on a trip. Those little lanterns, my good friend Jennifer and her husband gave those to me. They got a 3-pack, I think, for $21 at Sam's Club. So I have 3 of those lights, and they are as bright as any OT light. You can take them in your car. They make spotlights. They make a lantern. They flash. So you can't beat that for a good substitute. Now you see on the end I have a whole lot of cuff left, a whole lot of flange left, and a whole lot of, or a lot longer than the body. But that's okay because we do the trimming later. Okay, get those lined up right there on the end here. Since I've got 2 of them already done, I'm just going to throw the next one in there. It won't take that long. So I started here on my second one. I may have told you before, I made pillowcases for the little grandchildren. And they thought they were for sack races instead of pillowcases. And for the boys, I used a Nacho Libre fabric for them, but they were all of them standing in their pillowcases and hopping around. Hopefully they got put on a pillow at some time, but you know, they're theirs. They can do with them what they want to. Once you give it away, it's not yours anymore. So, same with my quilts. I give them away. I hope people like them and enjoy them, but if they want to let their dog lay on them, they can. Some people's dogs are their children, so it's not mine to worry about. I just enjoy the process. Keeps me out of trouble. The quilting does. I got a couple more shop tours planned. They're not going to happen in the next week. I start on a 6-day stretch of working here tomorrow night, so I won't be doing a whole lot of anything except working and sleeping. So I got to get it all in while I can. And a little back stitch, which probably won't catch it all, but there we go. Okay. Get my clips out of the way here. Okay, 1, 2. Doesn't look like a pillowcase, does it? We have to burp the pillowcase, like burping the bags, burping everything. So we sew wrong side out. Let's see how this looks here. Hopefully I did it the right way. It's coming, it's coming. There we go. There's one. Not done yet. Here's the other one. And then I'm going to have to iron these down so I can iron my flange down and put a little top stitch in. So let me get this burped up here, and then I'm going to turn around and just iron that down. And all right, I have taken this to my ironing board and I have ironed my cuff and my little flange edge flat. And now I've folded top to bottom. You can do wrong sides together, right sides together. It doesn't matter at this point. And just on the fold, line it up. And I'm going to cut the selvages off of both sides. I'm trying to get it as close as I can. So there's one piece. And let me flip this around here. Line it up on any line. I'm using my ruler lines. I'm not using my mat lines. Bigger pieces coming off this side since it was so much longer. There's 2. Get my second pillowcase here. For transporting from the iron board, since I already had it folded, I just put a couple of clips on there. It's coming off here. Line this up. Bada bing, bada boom. Where'd that come from? Is that a Seinfeld? Bada bing, bada boom? I think so. I watch Seinfeld. Here. Flip it around. Get us all straight. So how's everybody liking an afternoon quickie? Is this what you thought it was going to be? I hope it was. I hope you weren't expecting something else, because that's not coming from here. We're doing quickie sewing projects. I think I got all the selvage there. Did I get it all? I got it all. Okay, that's all of that. So then we're going to take, and we are going to, you would think, put right sides together to sew your seams, but since we're doing a French seam, we're going to put pretty side out. Look at that. And we're going to sew a seam right along the edge and the bottom there. So let's go back to the machine now and finish these up. Well, I trimmed and told you I was going to finish up, but I forgot the top stitch. Sometimes I do that before trimming, sometimes after. So this time I didn't do it. So about 1/4 inch, and I'm going to use this outer edge of my foot here just because that's the direction I'm going. And I increased my stitch length to about 2.6 now, just a little bit longer. And I'm sewing on the cuff and just using the edge of the cuff as my guide. Just zip that right on there, and you can change your thread color if you want to. It's, oops, pillowcases. It's a pillowcase. So you can use, you know, ones that match your bed sets. Project Linus, they're always wanting pillowcases. Check with your local quilt shop about if they participate in Project Linus, that you can drop your pillowcases off there. Or check online with Project Linus and see how to donate pillowcases for some needy children. Almost done with one. There we go. Where's my other one at? That wind is just howling out there. It's blowing the curtains even. Or blowing my design wall is what it's doing here, since I have my design wall across the window. It just blows and blows. And I'm going as fast as my little machine will go right now. Just readjusting. I think she's gonna like these. I like making these with novelty fabric. Make them for Christmas time with Christmas fabric. It's good for sale fabric. I don't really use my top quality quilt store fabric for pillowcases, but they're fun for kids to trade out with. I even have one of my own that's a mermaid, because in my other life I am a mermaid. Just ask me, I'll tell you. Okay, there's my top stitch. Now we're gonna do the other stitch in here. So on my machine, I just hit the clear button, goes back to 2.4, and now we're gonna put pretty side out. Here we go. Match that up. Maybe I'll use a little clip here. I've tossed them everywhere just to keep it together right here. And then I do like to match my flange up right there. We'll clip it right there. And I think I'm good to go. So just maybe a scant less than 1/4 inch. Just a hair. Okay. So we're gonna stitch, do a little back stitch there, and down we go. Down, down, down. So this won't take an hour out of your day to make these. Get rid of my clippy. I'm gonna have to get my little box. Where to go? There we go. Now who wants a seam on the outside of your pillowcase? That's why this is a French seam. I don't know if this is how the French really do it, but somebody calls it a French seam. but it is a totally enclosed seam, so you don't have raw edges. You could do it pretty sides together if you have a serger and just serge that, or you could do a zigzag if you didn't want to do a French seam. Just turn their pretty sides together and do a zigzag, and that would enclose it. See, I'm a little off right here at the bottom. It's okay. It'll come together in the end, and I'll probably trim it right there. Just so I got that in there. I'm going to end up trimming that off because it didn't even out so well. Let's see if I can get it a little better here. There we go. Just stretching from the other side, so let me stretch it back in there, and away we go. It'll work. Okay, let me get my other one sewn up and then we'll come back and do the French seam. All right, so I finished that up and I have turned my pillowcase wrong side out now, so my pretty sides together and my back side out. I reach in there and roll that seam, and you can feel your seam right in here. So we're going to sew just a little bit more than 1/4 inch because I want to catch all of that seam in that for my French seam, just to keep it enclosed. I'm going a little bit slower now so I can make sure and roll that out and that I don't catch any of my pillowcase in the back, because guess who's done that before? I have to go find my little seam ripper, my friend Jack. Who's got a name for their seam ripper? I don't really call him Jack here, other people doing it. I just say other words when I have to do it. Sometimes I rip it out and then I do it right back, right back wrong like I had it before. See how it's coming up here? So we're just gonna roll it a little bit. Roll it, roll it, roll it. That wind is awful. Hope everybody in California is not flooded. I think you sent the wind this way after that rainstorm you got. So you just go along the way here. And I'm just going to do one with you, and then I'll finish the other one up and show you the final results. But make sure you're liking and subscribing. Tag your friends, because the sooner we get to that number, the sooner we give away the ruby red, soon to be pincushion, or whatever you want to make out of it. If you get it, you can drink wine. I don't care. It's yours. Do what you want with it once you get it. And to tell you the truth, I got a few more of those, so those will be for certain goals. So there may be another chance for you to win. If you don't get it this time, you get it next time. Get up here. Get up here, little seam. See, I could have done a little better pushing that up from the inside, but done that before I got back with y'all. Just pinch it and pull it out. It will fit your pillow, believe me, and there'll be plenty to spare. So I said it's not an exact science. 24 inches of your main fabric, or 25, or 26. If you've got 26 inches of fabric, use 26. Or cut an inch off and put an inch of it in your scrap bag. And make your cuff a little wider if you want to. I did snip my corners before I turned it, just so I had a little pointier corner there. Okay, back stitch. There's one done. Let me do the other one and I'll be right back. All right, I've got all my stitching done. So now all I gotta do is turn it right side out. You see my seam is enclosed here, no raw edges. Poke your corners through and just turn it out. Let's see there. And there we have a enclosed French seam pillowcase. There's one. And then here's the other one. I've already stuck it on one of my pillows. This is a standard, it's an extra fluffy pillow, so it covers it totally. There, with a little room to spare still. There we go. So, like and subscribe, tell your friends, win the little red goblet. Come back and see me, tell me how you like the afternoon quickies.